Codenames is the game where you either get to be a spy master or a spy, aka coder, and find out who your allies are and who your enemies might be. This is how to play Codenames for 2 players. And there is a Codenames called Codenames Duet, which is a 2-player Codenames game. But if you don't have that, but you still want to play Codenames with only 2 people, this is the video that's going to walk you through how to set it up, how to play, and a couple of rules that will make it a little bit easier for you to enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get started. So first thing first is setting up the game, and this should look really familiar because it's exactly how you set up Codenames. And if you haven't played Codenames before or don't know how to play, be sure to check out my video on my channel about that. The setup is a 5x5 grid. Okay, and once you have your grid set up, you also select one of the coder cards, and you can play the way where each of you are on the same team, and you can play either you are the one on the outline or you're the opposite team. It is technically easier to be the other team because you have less cards, maybe. But whoever's has a piece on here, if you decide to be the red team, then you go first, just like normal. If you decide to be the blue team, you have to put down a red card before you begin. Now let's go ahead and begin with the actual gameplay now that everything is set up. And as you can see, I've got the innocent bystanders, assassin, and the 2 team players. For this walkthrough, I'm going to walk you through how to be the red team. Again, the only difference is if you decide to be the blue team and there's a red outline on this, just be sure to place a red down on their play beforehand. Now, for the sake of this video, let's say I say Alohomora, which in Harry Potter is a spell for how to unlock things. And there's a lock and spell. So say my team gets it right, or the person I'm playing with, they do lock and spell. Now, before you begin your next clue, you have to place the other team or your opponent's card down. And you can do this strategically. For example, if you've got mouth here and you wanted to say something about your body, you may want to cover up arm so that they don't accidentally guess that. And this is the opportunity you can do that. So you just place 1 card down. The goal is to get all of your cards placed before these. And of course, like in Codenames, if your teammate accidentally presses this one, then you lose automatically. So you are up against an opponent, but the opponent is invisible and you make up what they cover. So keep that in mind. Now with this game, say you accidentally say buck. As a clue, the card actually says buck. What happens is your opponent gets to place 2 cards. So they get to place a card for the one that you mistakenly said, and then they get to place another card for their turn. That's how you get around accidentally doing things. Or if you are very strict in the rules, as the spy master, if you say anything other than clue and number of clue, then if you are very strict, you do the same thing where you go, okay, they get a card and then a card for their turn. So it's pretty simple, and that way you're playing with your friend or whoever you're playing with, 2-player, but you still have the aspect of beating out this team. Now, I've played Codenames for 2 players many times, and most of the time we lose. So it can be very challenging, but if you find yourself pretty skilled at this game, you may want to add the timer as an added little challenge. And what this is it just makes it you have to guess or you have to provide a clue within that timer. So every time this goes off, the spy master has 2 minutes, this is a 2-minute timer, to come up with the code or to come up with the clue, and then you flip it over, and then you had another 2 minutes for the code breaker or the spy to figure out what your clue means. Just adds a little bit of fun. It is part of the actual Codenames game, but I don't see very many people using it. It's especially fun though for a two-person game because it speeds it up and makes this game something that you can repeat over and over again with just the two of you. I hope this video was helpful and that you are able to start playing Codenames with just the two of you. And if you have any questions or recommendations for making a two-player Codename game more fun, please leave that in the comments below, as well as like this video and subscribe to my channel. I have more videos like this and videos on other games, strategies, etc. So be sure to check that out. Thanks so much and enjoy playing your games. Hey, I just finished my cup of tea, but I wanted to take a second and say thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it, and good luck with your gaming.